There's just under an hour until the World Cup officially kicks off, and we're super excited. But before that happens, we just wanted to give a quick update and some of our thoughts and lead up to the tournament. And before we do that and get into everything, make sure to subscribe, as we will be updating the Lego flag bracket we have here behind us all tournament long. The first storyline we want to start with is Iran, and they're getting moved to their training site to Mexico. The media is trying to make a real big deal out of this. I don't think this in particular is that big of a deal, as they're going to be flying charter and getting across North America. It really isn't going to add that much time, and they're going to be flying in comfort and charter, so that really shouldn't be a big deal. But the U.S. has denied visas to some of their delegation, which I think that's starting to get into some gray areas. I get the war going on, and this is the first time that countries at war will be in the World Cup like this. But yeah, not a huge fan of that. But then Sardar Azmoun, the best player for Iran, the country's all-time leader in goals, gets kicked off the roster back in March because he took a picture with the Emir of Dubai. And Iran essentially said he committed treason. And I know they say the World Cup's not supposed to be political, but this is shaping up to be the most political World Cup ever. And now, kind of a fun storyline was when Neymar Jr. was named to the Brazilian squad, and just the sheer joy and emotion that came out of him when he made the roster. But since then, he's kind of tweaked his injury again. And will he be at full fitness for the tournament and be able to help Brazil? Or is that a roster spot that ended up getting wasted anyway? And now the tickets and pricing. I got lucky and we got tickets to Netherlands versus Tunisia. Dylan and I are super excited to go to that game. But we got pretty lucky. We won a lottery for that. But when we got that, we were just picking out a date on the calendar. We didn't know who we were going to watch, and we didn't know which section we would sit in. We were just buying a tier. And some people, when they bought that tier, said they ended up getting tickets much worse than what they were expecting. And it's kind of a shot in the dark, and you're spending a lot of money up front. And to me, it's honestly felt very scammy. I bought the tickets back in November, and I didn't know anything about the seats I got until just a couple of weeks ago, kind of in the middle of May. And like I said, I felt like I was getting scammed almost the entire time, but finally the tickets came through. Excited for that. And I'm happy with my tickets. I think they're actually slightly better than what I was expecting or hoping for. And now the pricing for the whole tournament is obviously very high. It's in North America. There's a lot of money in the country. It's held in just a few cities. Each city only has a few games, so they're keeping demand high. And it's been 30 years since the U.S. has hosted a World Cup. So there's a lot of demand there. People want to go. So I get why FIFA priced it high. They can do it. They're going to sell the tickets. And with that, I expect the games to be full and attendance records to be broken. But being FIFA, everything they do just feels a little dirty and under the table. So with that respect, it's just the same old FIFA that we've been used to over the last 10, 15, 20 years. And now the transit situation across a few of the cities in the country, like New Jersey and New York and Boston, charging $80 to $100 a person to go to the games on the transit system. So for a family of four, spending almost $400 to take a bus or a train to the game when they're already spending an exorbitant amount of money is just crazy, when a normal fare on those subways is like $2. And then, will this be the last time we see Ronaldo and Messi on the world stage? And if so, will they be able to take home, either one of them take home the trophy? Ronaldo's best finish was back in 2002 as a youngster, so can he do it now? But despite some of these glaring negatives, I expect a really great tournament full of great storylines. We've got 4 new teams making World Cup debuts: Uzbekistan, Jordan, Curacao, and Cape Verde. And then one country will be taking home the title on July 19th in New York and New Jersey. Very excited. Once again, make sure to subscribe. We'll try to stay up to date all tournament long. We've got our custom Lego flags behind us, and we'll make sure that bracket is up to date. And let's go USA.